So have it right. Up the Chelsea, up the Minerals FC. Big up to every single one of you live and locked in. Hope everyone is doing well and winning live. First and foremost, I want you all to smash to piece that like button. If you haven't smashed it, smash it right now. If you haven't hit the subscribe button, make sure you do so. We got the notification bell, ding dong. Let's have it right so you know when we go live. And we got the Minerals FC Ultras membership down below in the description. And also down below in the description is my stream earlier today with Bushy Laba, talking all the minerals bomber, land and minerals on all the latest transfer news. Have it right. But salute to all the Minerals FC Ultras, salute to our Chelsea old boys, we see things they'll never see, and salute to the no surrender mentality. Let's have it right. Bruv. Joao Pedro, known as Petroline. Yeah. Why? Because he's got that gasolina. We got Cole Palmer, but Pedroline, bruv. Got the gasolina. Hot fire. Let's have it right. Minerals landed, bruv. Absolute minerals landed. 2 wonderful goals, bruv. I mean, fucking hell, bruv. Yeah, why is he not doing this in the Premier League? Why is he back up to Danny Welbeck if he's doing that? What's going on here, bruv? Has everyone missed a trick or something? What's going on? Yeah, the first goal was just a joke anyway. I mean, Thiago Silva thought he had a good clearance, bruv, but it landed to him. Perfect touch and just fucking curled it, bruv. What a goal, man. What a way to announce yourself against his boyhood club, Fluminense, bruv. What are we doing here, bruv? Oh, mate, honestly, he fit like a glove, bruv. He really did. Not the OJ Simpsons, bruv. No steroids here, bruv. Yeah, he's fit as a fiddle, mate. Yeah, very confident lad, isn't he? Very confident. But what a goal. 1-0, you just think, yeah, man, that's it. It's done. Like, Fluminense, and they're just not good, bruv. I mean, I'm going to be honest, yeah. But the second goal, Cole Palmer doing his bit in the middle, bruvs, managed to land in minerals, just get it out. And then the ball by Enzo Fernandez was just like on a plate with Joao Pedro in just acres of space on his own. And, you know, he still had a lot to do. And the way he just bruv, honestly, again, to hit it like that, it was hitting off the crossbar. I mean, it's just a joke. Clinical, bruv. Clinical fire. Fireballs. Hadouken. Have it right, bruv. Pedroline, bruv. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. Outstanding performance. Won us the game. Literally, individual brilliance was just sublime. And listen, it was an all-round performance by the team, but when you've got someone putting up the goods like that, let's have it right. Liam Delap, bruv, you ain't doing that, son. No disrespect, and definitely not Nico Jackson, bruv. And we'll talk about that. But no one's doing that. But to me, is he a striker? It's the thing. Everyone's saying, oh, we've got our striker. Not for me yet. Not for me. I ain't saying that. You know, toxic positivity can go a little bit too much, bruv. You understand me? But for me, I see him as that 10. I just see him as a 10 that can just dig out goals, score outside the box. He looks deadly. He looks clinical. It's a shame he didn't stay on because he could have got his hat-trick. Can you believe that? His debut for Chelsea and he could have got a hat-trick. But on his debut scores, the second goal was even better than the first. I mean, they're both a joke. It's cheat code work. What we do, cheat code settings, bruv. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely top class, top draw, bruv. Like, respect to him. Yeah? Listen, for someone who's back up to Danny Welbeck at Brighton and you come and show your quality and do that. I mean, everyone's comparing it with the R9. I don't want to hear it, bruv. Like, I'm not even going to entertain it. I'm not going to entertain it. Very happy. Very, very happy. Welcome. He's announced himself at Chelsea. Fantastic. And I can't ask any more of a player doing mental minerals like that. I can't, bruv. Top class, bruv. That was top class. He's definitely got minerals, isn't he? He definitely has. You know, but we want to see consistency. I want to see it in the Premier League. I want to see it week in, week out. that's the ultimate line. You know, you can do it here and there. And look, we have to address something. All right, we have to, yeah, because Fluminense, I think their average age was 31 years old. Fabio, their defender, age 44. Thiago Silva, we know, our GOAT, 40 years old. What a lovely touch to swap shirts with who else than Trev Chalobah, who partnered Thiago Silva. And by the way, Bushy Laber's confirmed that they're forcing Trev out of the football club. So I'm sure everyone's not going to have a meltdown, are they? They're not going to give a shit. But a great performance by Trev. Rene, 32, and Thiago Santos, 35 years old. I mean, that's criminal, isn't it? Let's have it right. I mean, the average age, we're looking at 40 years old, bruv, their back line. So I don't really expect them to get tight to our players. And at the end of the day, you can only play what's in front of you. And Joao Pedro, I mean, two phenomenal goals. And I ain't taking that away from him. End of. I don't think any goalie keeper's safe. The first one, maybe, I don't know. Donnarumma, he saves anything, the geezer. But the second goal, no one's saving that, bruv. I don't care what you tell me. No one's saving that. But we go into a moment after that goal in the first half. There's a moment where Sanchez is just ridiculous. He's a joke, isn't he? He's a joke. How can you spend almost 2 billion and still have Robert Sanchez as your number one goalkeeper? And then they're selling Petrovic. Oh, it's a joke, honestly. Yeah, if that doesn't rattle you, then I don't know what does. Yeah, let's have it right. Because this guy is a calamity. He's a car crash. Bruv, can he keep his own sheets clean? I know he got a clean sheet today, but that's credit of fucking Moses Caicedo in the defence, bruv. Do you understand me? And the fact that Fluminense are toothless. But they almost scored. And who was there to clear off the line? Cucurella, let's have it right. Fair play to Cucurella. He read it like a book. Did he read it like Roman Abramovich's book sanctioned? I don't know, but he literally cleared it off the line. And you think, right, okay, cool, sweet as. We haven't actually conceded a goal in the first half in the Club World Cup. Fair play. Does it surprise me, though? No, and I'll get onto that later. But then you get another twist. A cross in, and it skims off a Fluminense player, and it hits Trev, and it hits his hand. And the ref calls for a penalty. And you think, oh, here we go again, bruv. Penalty given away, just sloppiness. And then the referee gets advised by VAR, who get the ref to go and look on the screen. And he actually retracts and calls it off and says that Trev's body was in a natural position and there's nothing he could have done about it. Well, why did you say it was a pen then? You were literally right in front. That doesn't make sense to me. A lot of people, it's controversial, but a lot of people are saying, no, it's a pen. A lot of people are saying it's not a pen. At the end of the day, we don't want it to be a pen. And I'm very happy that it got called off because we still go 1-0 up into the second half. But at the end of the day, give Trev the benefit of the doubt. He tried to move his hand away and it skimmed off their player on the way to him. You can't do nothing about that, bruv. It is what it is. It's fine margins. I think if that's UEFA in the Champions League, they're giving that. They're just going to give it. Any fingernail touches the ball, they're giving it as a pen, bruv, in the box. So we go in 1-0 at half time, kept the clean sheet, and then obviously we get that second half moment. I mean, phenomenal, bruv. But there was some little telltale warning signs from Fluminense, but you could see we were controlling the game. I'd say 40% of that first half we were pressing from the start, but then you see us just sitting back, kind of mirroring what Fluminense were doing, because it was baking out there. It was baking out there. The conditions are extreme weather out there. I mean, it's in the afternoon, bruv. It's like 100 degrees Celsius or whatever it is, bruv. Fahrenheit. They do Fahrenheit over there, isn't it? It's just a joke, bruv. It's scorching, bruv. Yeah, scorching. You could put bacon on the penalty spot or on the pitch in the centre circle, and you'll be cooking bacon and eggs on that. All right. So yeah, they had to manage with the conditions, And Enzo Maresca says about the conditions and the situation where he I think was it late last night, and he says we played 63 games. European teams come into this competition differently than South American teams. The conditions are different. The journalist says Fluminense has played 70 games this season in the same span. And he didn't know what to say, bruv. So have it right. You know what I'm saying? That's typical of him, blaming the environment, isn't it? Do you know what I'm saying? And he got kippered there by the brown envelope. He was reaching, bruv. The reality is Fluminense are an older team, much older team, pensioners in fact, to have it right. Brazilian from the Brazilian league. And playing in that heat, which, all right, they're Brazilian, they play in that heat, but come on, bruv, at that age, imagine playing in that heat at 42 years old, bruv, 40 years old. Get out of here, bruv. I don't care what you tell me, man. You ain't lasting 90 minutes against a bunch of spring chickens, bruv. What are we doing here? Yeah, you have to be fair here. We were the favourites in that, and I did say we'll go to the final. I said we'll beat them. I said we'll beat the majority of these games, except we lost to Flamengo, bruv. What are we doing here? How did we lose to Flamengo? Well, we all saw that. However, second half, it's that goal, and that just kills the game. That's it. You're done. They ain't coming back. They haven't got enough in. They haven't even have enough in their locker at 1-0 down, 2-0 down. You've killed the game. Shut up shop and land the middles. Enzo Maresca, why he doesn't take Moses Caicedo off with 10 minutes to go is beyond me. And if everyone's seen, in fact, I'll put it up because I think everyone needs to see the state of Moses Caicedo's ankle, bruv. I mean, it's pretty bad, to be honest. I'll be real. And he's saying, yeah, Enzo Maresca's saying after the game, Moses, you have to do everything in your power to play in that final because he's so dependent on Moses Caicedo. But, bruv, this geezer was walking off, like limping off a little bit, but he was just strolling, bruv. The geezer's made out of fucking titanium, bruv. I don't know what minerals it's made out of, bruv, but he's unbelievable. Yeah, unbelievable. He'll play the final, no doubt, bruv. What are we doing here? Look at the state of that, bruv. It looks like Musiala Part 2, bruv, except Moses he's walking. He's like RoboCop, bruv. Nothing can take him down, mate. Yeah? What are we doing here, bruv? Nothing a bit of Cole Palmer ice can't fix, bruv. Strap that down. I think he's going to need to follow JT, bruv, and take some injections for the final. That's what he should be doing, and I'm sure he will do that, Moses Caicedo, because I thought he was outstanding today against the opposition. But I'm saying he was just relentless in that midfield. He was everywhere. He was digging out. He was just his recovery, the way he just controlled the midfield. He's priceless for Chelsea. He really is priceless. Player of the season for a reason, and we know that. And salute to him, bruv. Always give credit where it's due, bruv. All the time to that kid. Cole Palmer didn't get any goals assists, but he's got a bit of competition, isn't he? Yeah, he's got a bit of competition with Joao Pedro now. Petroline. It's Gasolina the freezer, bruv. So let's see which one's going to land it first or throughout the season. You've got Esteval Willian coming in, another bit of Brazilian flair. Let's see what happens. But we have to land the facts, all right? And everyone always gets ahead of themselves. You have to bring up how we've got there. You just have to. You can't. Los Angeles, Flamengo we lost, Esperance, Benfica, Palmeiras, and now Fluminense. There are no elite teams or top teams in Europe. Benfica ain't that either in that run. We've had the easiest run to the Club World Cup final, and I don't care what you tell me. That's not negative. That's just calling it out for it is. You can only beat what's in front of you, but we spent 1.8 billion. We should be beating every single one of those teams. The fact that we lost one of them is an embarrassment, bro. And now you've got a real semi-final tomorrow with Real Madrid and PSG, two elite clubs, obviously, the Galacticos, the giants of European football, Real Madrid, and now PSG with their one star with Luis Enrique's one he won the quad. He's a joke. He's a cheat code. That's going to be no walk in the park, bruv. This is the real test. I want to see if Joao, Pedro, Cole Palmer, Caicedo, I don't doubt will give it his all, but all these other players, now we've got to see you step up against real opposition. None of this Mickey Mouse nonsense, bruv. Yeah, I know we're in America. I know you know it's Disney World and all that. I know the players. Have you seen all the players are putting the links to tickets to sell tickets for the games? What embarrassment! I mean, that's a joke, bruv. It's a wind up. Honestly, have you ever seen that in football? I've never seen that. You know, how are players putting that in their Instagram bios and all that jazz? That's nuts, bruv. Yeah, it's desperation to make that pound note. And don't worry, Toothpick Jacobs has come out. Chelsea have made, what was it? What's it? What have we made, guys? Yeah, what have we made? Let's have a quick butcher, shall we? Everyone's putting it out. It's all about the money. It's not about the fact that we're actually in the final to potentially win a Club World Cup, bruv. Yeah, the first ever Club World Cup tournament. Where is it? It was put up here. Chelsea have earned almost 80 million. Well, thanks to Joao Pedro, who paid him 60 odd million. We've spent 220 million, so we're getting some monies in there. We're getting some readies in the bank for Blueco to go back in the market. Maybe you can buy a fucking goalkeeper, and everyone goes, "Oh, you don't want Osimhen?" I want Osimhen, bruv. I don't care what you tell me, bruv. Yeah, I don't think Pedro is a natural number 9. I don't think he's that. I think he's that 10. He's that false 9. He's not an out and out just striker. But let's have it right. Nicholas Jackson, all right, come on, desperado, bruv. Yeah, under pressure. Dun, 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 dun. I mean, bruv, he's probably still thinking about the M in slosh pots, bruv, because he's been suspended for 2 back-to-back games. He's come back. He looks knackered. He's over trying. But the fact that he didn't square that ball, bruv, to Cole Palmer, and Cole Palmer kicks the post, screams at him, for fuck's sake, yeah, let's have it right, tells you he's done. Where are all you Nico Jackson stands, yeah, saying he's baby Drogba, telling us don't buy Alvarez or Osimhen because it will stop the development of Jackson? Well, how's the development of Jackson now? Because none of you lot was talking about Joao Pedro before, bruv, like he's some unbelievable player, bruv. Because you didn't hardly watch him for Brighton because he didn't play as many games. So have it right, unless Welbeck was actually injured. What are we doing here? Yeah. And Delap, I don't want to hear it, bruv. I don't want to hear it. You'd never be saying that. But the reality is, Nico Jackson, they want to sell him and he doesn't want to go. But someone's going to have to buy him because where's he going to play? He ain't going to play. The geezer, how many chances did he have when he come on? Joao Pedro would have had his hat trick with at least one of those chances out of Nicholas Jackson's chances. That's a fact, bro, from what I've witnessed tonight. And let's not forget, it's always about making the right decisions. Pedro Neto as well, he needs a salute because he's been probably the best player for Chelsea in the tournament. For me, the benchmark, this is a level up, you know, from Conference League, but is it Europa League level? Do you think, honestly, the run we've had, is that Europa League level? It's definitely not Champions League level. Is it Europa League level? Do you think? You know, or is it a little touch below, a hairline below? I don't know. Maybe. But he was great. I've seen some waffle on the timeline, like his prime CR7 in the competition. I mean, what are we doing here? I've seen people say Enzo Maresca will surpass Tuchel if he wins the Club World Cup and Conference League. Bro, Tuchel won the Champions League, Club World Cup and Super Cup. Have a day off, will ya? This is the problem we got in the fan base, and I'll call it out. It's disgraceful. It's absolutely disgraceful, bro. It's a shambles. How is anyone even saying that nonsense, bro? What are we doing here? I will say this. I fear both. In fact, I think Real Madrid, whether you think they've had a good game or good tournament or not, they're just not that team you want to play, bruv. They know how to win. And PSG, they've had 2 red cards, but bruv, they beat Bayern Munich with 9 men. So it's like, well, Bayern Munich we're talking about, not a Fluminense, you know, not a Benfica. We're talking about Bayern Munich. So yeah, let's have it right. This is a real test. This to see where the levels are at against one of those teams, world-class teams with world-class players, and definitely a world-class manager, Enrique. I think Xavi Alonso's got to prove that. But what we, gonna enjoy it, bruv. This is what it's about: getting into finals and winning trophies. That's all we care about, especially me myself. I want to win this trophy, bruv. I want to banter every other club for 4 years. Well, are they going to do the Club World Cup for the Champions League though, or is this the Club World Cup and it's only every 4 years? I'm not sure about that. I think this competition you can only win every 4 years. So for me, we will hold it for 4 years. I like why. Of course, we want that, but the reality is, the other side of the competition have had a harder run, and I think we're very fortunate to get this luck of the draw, and we've got there. So respect. Let's land it. Let's go and lift that trophy. Let's get that key to unlock the doors of Narnia, bruv, for all the brown envelopes and toxic positivity, because that's what it will be. But for me, I just want to lift the trophy, bruv. That's what it's all about. That's the aim of the game, not the 100 million. I don't give a shit about that. It's the trophy that we care about. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it's about. Chelsea's about winning, not profit. End of story, bruv. But hold off. Just hold off all of this talk, because you have to take something else into consideration. Everyone now is coming back from their holidays for their pre-season. We haven't had a break. Moses Caicedo, I'm worried, bruv, because he might play the final, but he's got to be managed exceptionally well, bruv. Yeah, because we're not going to have a break. We're going to have a month, if that. We've got to have a pre-season, which is normally 4 weeks, within a 4 week of a month. And they need at least 2 weeks rest when they should be getting a month's rest. So before the Premier League season starts, bruv, and you're playing Champions League football. Yeah, we need to go in the market. We need to spend that 2 billion more. You need to change the goalkeeper. You need to get a backup to Cucurella. You need to get us a centre back because you're going to sell Trev. And you need to get an elite striker. But you tell me, we're going to go through the whole season. I just have to ask the question, why was a Pedro not doing that in the Premier League? Because he's not playing a Fluminense every week. And I'm not dissing him. And I'm not taking it away from him. But there's something called context. And we need to see a lot of his goals come from penalties. He's not going to be taking penalties. Madueke come on. That pissed me off because he's clearly wants to go to Arsenal. Not that he wants to go to Arsenal. He's been forced out of Arsenal. And that's a fact. Sorry, forced out of Chelsea to Arsenal. And that's a fact. Yeah. So don't believe what you read. But reality is, why are you bringing him on if you know this? This is what don't make sense to me. Nkunku, linked to Bayern, 35 million euros. Why is he playing? To get his stocks up. It's a joke, bruv. Just play the players that need to play, bruv, that are going to be part of the so-called project. The project, whatever. We know what it is. But tonight, we celebrate. We're in a final come Sunday. Let's see who we play. Are they playing tomorrow? They must be playing tomorrow. So that's going to be a banger of a game to watch. And I'm looking forward to it, bruv. And big up to every single one of you live and locked in. Put all your comments down below. Smash the like button and hit the subscribe button. And win, lose, draw, Blueco out. Let's have it right. Love Chelsea, hate Blueco. Nothing wrong with that, bruv. Just it is what it is. We're just not part of the brown envelope matrix. That's the difference, bruv. But everyone's going to lap it up and enjoy it, of course. But you can't con me, bruv. And let's have it right. Salute our Don Roman. And big up to every single one of you ultras. Up the Chelsea, up the Mills FC. Let's have it right.